All right, this time, today is not about tech, it's not about anything electronic per se. This is about anime. That's right, This Week in Anime number 10 is finally on YouTube, and hey, let's get right into it, all right? This week in anime, we're going to talk about Sword Art Online 2, we're going to talk about Psycho Pass, we're going to talk about Terraformers, we're going to talk about Akami Got Killed, and I think, we're going to even touch on World Trigger and a few others. So let's get right into the overviews of what happened in these shows this past week. Spoiler alert and disclaimer. All right, first and foremost, I'm going to be reviewing these episodes, and not so much reviewing as talking about what happened in those episodes and adding in my own thoughts. So yes, there will be spoilers throughout, so be prepared for that. Second, we don't read no manga around here. So only time I really read the manga is when the anime is done and I know that it's continuing on in the manga. That's when I read the manga. So for those of you guys who are pretty much, you read the manga as like a Bible too, you probably read the manga already and probably like 3, 4, 5 months ahead in what's going on the anime. Yeah, if you're thinking what I'm saying is a little weird, it's because I didn't read it and I'm not going to. So let's just bring that out right now. Let's get right into the first one. Sword Art Online 2. This week it was all about, if you guys paid attention to what happened last week, this week was all about Asuna and the Sleeping Knights trying to get past that guild that pretty much bit off their work and planned all the boss fights and blew past all the bosses because they followed them and spied on them. Now they want to try to block them off from the boss room, which just was not happening today because Yuki wasn't having it. She straight up told that dude that, hey, we gonna have to fight, because if you ain't gonna let us by, I'm gonna get by. So yeah, so once she threw down the gauntlet, the rest of the team, being soldiers themselves, being loyal themselves, they immediately stood up and said, hey, it's go time. All right, and Kirito, having just the premonition, I don't know how the hell Kirito knows anything. It's got to be that little baby. It's got to be the child that's in the database that tells them, just connects Kirito and Asuna together so they know when to act. Kirito was right there on the spot, ready to handle business. And sure enough, Klein showed up as well, chopping them down from the back. Lord have mercy. And it was awesome. It was awesome. But of course, fast forward, Asuna cuts through the whole group, takes care of the mages in front of her, takes care of that whole crew, because Yuki pretty much cut down everybody. And of course, you can leave the Kirito to be Kirito, OP, and they couldn't even touch him, not even with magic. That ain't that a bitch. This if you ever think about the fact that if this MMO ever existed in real life, you can't actually play this kind of MMO with a keyboard and mouse. It's impossible. The type of moves they do and all that, you can only do it if you're wearing like one of those Oculus Rift mask things, because it has to connect to your brain in order to move the way they move. There's no keyboard shortcuts for the way I've seen these people move in these damn fights. That's crazy. But moving on. Hold on. My video ain't playing. Wait a minute. There we go. Moving on. They took care of it, but it seemed like towards the end there was a deeper meaning revealed for why the Sleeping Knights was disbanding, because a couple times throughout the show, Yuki referred to Asuna as her sister, who of course is not nowhere among that group. So I'm guessing maybe she's passed on or something. We don't know. Well, it's like we'll find out next week exactly why the Sleeping Knights are disbanding and what's going on with Yuki and why was the sudden sadness there. So yeah, World Trigger episode 8. World Trigger, this one, this week, we all know, or we should remember, last week Kuga and Asuma got into quite the bind because Miwa, whatever. Miwa and his crew caught up to them in the train station. Now, y'all know that pretty much Kuga for the most part is supposed to be a secret, but well, we know since the last show that he's no longer a secret. Jin knows very well about him, and so does the director of Border knows about him as well, which therein lies the problem. So yeah, got into a fight. Kuga was pretty much, it looked like he was struggling the last show. However, in his face and in the way he moved, he didn't really seem to be bothered at all. And this continued into this show, whereas Asuma noticed that despite the fact that he got his arm blown off, he just wasn't sweating it. What's the problem? What's going on? Jin knew, of course, because Jin just happened to be watching the entire time, and he had to actually step in after a while to let the snipers know that, hey, you're not doing nothing here. Just save your bullets, because you don't want none. Save your bullets. And of course, within an instant, Kuga turned the entire battle around and had Miwa and his partner pinned down on the ground, no problem, and just made it seem effortless. It turns out that he has a trigger known as a black trigger, which apparently requires a life to actually create. And now we're just assuming that that life is most likely his father. So that's something to think about right there. However, if you fast forward through the episode, now with this fight behind us, Jin and Asuma are kind of in a bind now as well. Why? Because the director has ordered for Kuga's death because he wants the black trigger that Kuga has, and he wants to be able to use it for Border's purposes, but he doesn't want Kuga, of course, which Jin was trying to sort of argue. He was trying to convince them that Kuga would be a great asset to the company because he has the black trigger, but the director simply is not having it because Kuga is a neighbor. So instead, he prefers to treat him like crap and steal from the man and kill him. So yeah, I don't know how this is going to go. However, Jin has a side effect that tells him the future. So in other words, he saw this coming, and if he did, what is he gonna do now? This week on Terraformers, episode 10 was a sad one, really, but it was also just as good. I think it's like the series is growing on me, is what's going on. It's growing on me. All right, episode 10, Adolf is still a badass, just like he was last week, and but this time around, you know, his energy spent. I mean, he's been fighting, roach after roach after roach. Yes, I know they call the terraformers, that's what they call the roaches terraformers. I call them roaches. All right, nasty. And our stroke victim roach that apparently was lit up like a Christmas tree last week is still not dead. The dude pops back up. He's ready to go again, giving the damn orders. Here come the roaches again. And now Ava steps in front of him, steps in front of our fearless leader Adolf to somehow shield him. And you know, she steps in front. I don't know what she intends to actually do, but yeah, so the roaches are coming down now. They start firing guns because, yeah, they know how to use weapons. So they start firing weapons, and Adolf still not willing to hand over his crew to the roaches. He doesn't care how much he has to go, how far he has to go. He launches even more power and uses the electricity to create a shield away from the bullets. The roaches run out of bullets, so now they start using rocks. I mean, they just when you think they don't have anything left to do, oh no, they're not done. They got rocks. So they're throwing rocks at the man, trying to hit him. And so it doesn't really and so as they throw rocks, and he's shielding Eva to protect her from all these damn big ass boulders that's flying at him right now. And it just sucks. Like he's just getting picked apart, limbs and blood everywhere and all kinds of stuff. And that's it. He's done. He's down on the ground. Can't take no more. Eva's crying as she's been crying this whole damn time. Stroke victim roach comes down from the mountain on top high which he stood, and now he's about to grab Eva, and then all of a sudden he hears a beep, just a beep, beep, beep. And in my mind, pretty much ran the same thing as in his mind. Oh shit. Apparently, without anyone's knowledge, including Adolf's, they planted a bomb inside of him, which is set to go off when, I guess, when his heart stops or when he's deemed dead. They planned it just right. So when that happened, like when the lights come on, boy, those roaches scattered. And finally, the team was at peace. They were in peace, and well, that was it. They were able to spend their last moments together. Finally at peace, and just with a smile, they went out. As far as the other team is concerned, you know, all they saw was just a bright white glow in the sky, and that was it. But they pretty much knew what happened. So, you know, that was the episode 10. Tugging on them feels. It definitely did. Tug on my heartstrings. Akame got killed, episode 22. This is the one that we've been waiting on because, yeah, this is the one where finally Akame goes head to head with Kurome, her little sister. And yeah, I've been waiting on this. I really wanted to know how this fight would go down. And it pretty much went down the way I thought it would. At least that's what I was thinking when it first started. So fast forward into the episode, the emperor, the little kid emperor, whatever his name is all confused now because the kingdom is in an uproar. People are rebelling, and no one knows what exactly to do. Well, Honest comes in with his plan, and we all know that Honest is pretty much controlling the emperor from the background. He pretty much is the emperor, and he has his own little devious plan, which I guess we're going to find out next show of what it will be, because it's got to be something huge. Once he came in, once that happened, you have the fact that ongoing, meanwhile, while that's going on, they just publicly displayed people who were spies for the revolution army that they tortured and killed, and they put up their bodies in the middle of the city because that's what you want to see when you walk down the street. And on one of those bodies was a message for Akame, and that was the invitation to fight from Kurome. So here we go. They're fighting in a church in an old cathedral. And as they're fighting, of course, Kurome brings along her little dead zombie puppet friends, which I found to be rather annoying. Just as I was getting a little bit annoyed with the fact that she had help, you know, with those two strong little fighters that she has, up comes a big ass danger beast right from the bottom of the cathedral, right from the bottom of the church. And now, yeah, in an instant, he took care of Kurome's little help, pretty much, and forced the sisters to have to combine their powers once again to take down this danger beast, just like they did in the old days. Ain't it nice? It's so nice. And once that happened, well, they were back fighting each other, this time one-on-one. And you have to imagine that Kurome has two things against her. Her health is failing, and now she doesn't have any more zombie puppet things that she can bring up out the ground that would help her at all when it comes to Akame. So with that being said, fast forward to right to the end. Yeah, she's a goner right there. And Akame was forced to kill her own sister, and that is once again tugging on the heartstrings. That was a sad thing to see. But hey, that's how this goes. That's how this anime has been so like real and awesome, is because of these moments where you never know when someone's gonna disappear off this series. You don't know who it's gonna be. And so yeah, that was the show this week. Next week we find out what exactly is the Emperor and Honest up to. Shigatsu wa Kimi no Osu. You guys sound off in the comments how you would rather that be pronounced, because I have no freaking idea. This anime, like I said last week in my this week in anime number 9, it's like the piano playing, to me, the way they've made it seem like action, and I love action. Even though this is not action, but this is awesome. And now in the shonen competition, it was time for Tatsuki, is that his name? Kakashi, to take the stage and show them why he won the last shonen competition. And what a performance that was. I was glued to the screen because it was awesome. He just destroyed it. He nailed it, man. He nailed it. Whatever he was playing, I don't even know what he was playing. I'm not a piano man, but I love that melody. It was great. The sound coming through my speakers was awesome this competition. And once he was done, it was a standing ovation. The crowd was going. You know, he did his thing. You know, everyone pretty much, he did exactly what everyone expected him to do, and was just go over the top with it and be perfect with it. And that's what happened. But there's always a but. Igawa, I think is how you pronounce that. She was actually been a little lackluster as of the last couple years because of Kosei's disappearance. And now Kosei is back. So Igawa has something to prove. She has something to show. She has the motivation again. So things are not going to be the same as they were the last couple of years. And that is exactly what happened this time around. She got on that stage and was totally different. She was powerful, and the emotion with every single note she was playing could be felt. As you were watching her play, you knew that it was something beyond just serious. It's like she was trying to talk to you. She was trying to tell you her feelings throughout with each and every note. And I love how they displayed it. I love the animation and the effects and what that they used to display her style of playing, and what the crowd and everyone was feeling when they were hearing her music. I love that animation. It was really awesome. And even I was captivated, just staring at my screen, and it was just a great show. It was a great show, great episode, and now it was a perfect way to build up that momentum and build up that tension, because you know who's next. It is Kosei who's next. And I don't know, because if he does that same old can't hear the notes BS and starts going all over the place, he's done. He's not going anywhere. He's not winning this competition with that crap, okay? You can't sit there and mess around for like the whole damn show, and then on the last 20-30 seconds actually start playing real music. All right, you got to get it right from start to end, and I want him to do well. I want to see him actually play the piano and enjoy himself again like he used to way back when, if ever there was a time he did enjoy it. So yeah, so next week I'm anticipating it, and it's crazy. It's like, to me, this anime is like action, and I'm just anticipating every show. It is awesome. So I can't wait to see what happens next week. This week was amazing. All right, that wraps it up. That is This Week in Anime number 10. Don't forget to check out the website for the anime mentions, the things that I thought were neat, but they weren't good enough for me to actually make a full review kind of thing about. So don't forget to check out the website for all my thoughts and everything. There are some things I said on the video that I did not say on the website. So check the links in the description for that information. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram. I'm everywhere. Maybe so much not Instagram, but check me out on all my social networks. They are also down in the link description below. And just thank you very much for watching this show or any other things you've watched on my channel. I've got plenty more stuff coming up, so hey, stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have more anime content, just like we have all kind of tech stuff on here as well. So I will see you guys later. You have a good one. Bye.